Hi Superstars, thanks so much for spending this time with me today. I'm Debbie Starr, the writer of In the Waiting, which is a blog I created on DebbieStarr.com. It's where I share my story of going from being a movie marathoner to running 3 half marathons in 1 year's time. Today I want to chat with you about feeding yourself good stuff. Now, I got 2 main points to hit on, but the first one I'm going to say is you definitely want to be feeding yourself good stuff of nutrition. Definitely check with your doctor, because if you have any health concerns or illnesses, they're definitely going to know what's best for you. Today I'm just sharing what I do and kind of my opinions on things. So you definitely want to make sure you have things quick and easy on hand. So it just makes it so much easier when you're hungry and you need something right now, or you need to grab something and go. So I'm just going to share with you a few things that I did for this week. I baked up some eggs. You can do hard boiled, but I have to roll the credits to my cousin Marissa. She has taught me how to bake them in the oven, and ever since Easter, I've been doing them that way. I'll put online how to do that, but basically hard-boiled eggs is great to have on hand and keep in the fridge because it's a good source of protein. You can throw it on a salad, you can eat it individually, you can take it and go. It's already in its own packaging, so and it stays good since it's boiled for a while on the go. So that's good protein that I did this week. And then also I chopped up my vegetables. I love to keep a veggie tray in the fridge because it's just easier to eat that way. And the kids are the same way. They're just like us. If it's already prepped and done and it's quick and easy to get, they're going to go ahead and eat it. Whereas if it's easier to grab a bag of chips and open, they're going to go for that too. So, but my kids love bell peppers. We totally love it with hummus or by itself. And cucumbers was a request this week, so I went ahead and chopped that up. And I love this particular, but you can do any type of veggie tray, but this veggie tray is nice and deep, so I can really stack it up in there and have a lid on it to put it in the fridge. So I love that. And then also with these little to-go containers, usually Black Friday, you can find these for like 10 bucks. You know, they always have like a big gigantic thing of all of them. And it's just a great way to restock on them. When I rinse my fruits, I like to put a little bit of a paper towel underneath, so that way when you throw it in the fridge, any moisture or anything that's still left on the fruits can kind of get absorbed, and it doesn't get all nasty. And I don't put a lid on it. I just leave it with the top off. Again, it's great and convenient to be able to grab it out of the fridge. You see it there, grab it. It's already in the bowl. You can take it to the table, or the kids can take it to the couch for that. And then one of the things I was excited about this week was I grabbed some more bananas. Now, this is a tip that I do to save money. I use bananas, a frozen banana, in almost every single protein shake that I ever make, and that's usually my lunch. But you can use bananas for everything, but this is just a great way to save some money. I got 3 of these giant bags, and they're the discounted ones, so they're like 20 cents a pound or whatever versus whatever. But it's great because when you get them, you can definitely find some still that are in the bag that are good for a couple more days, still has green on it. But basically the ones that are ready to go, and I just peel them up and throw them in the freezer bag. I like to use these giant freezer bags because they can lay flat. Makes it a lot easier to store in the freezer. And then whenever they can stack upon each other, because I've got like 4 bags going here on this for the freezer. And then whenever I'm ready to go to do my protein, I can literally, it's already frozen, so I don't have to add extra ice. Instead I'm using the fruit. I can even break it off. It's easy to break because they're still individually when they're laying flat like this in the freezer. I can use just a half a banana. If I'm gonna do, you know, banana pancakes, or I wanna do banana bread or something like that, or baked oatmeal, I can pull a couple of these out. They're real easy to thaw and just mash up real quick and ready to go for any type of recipe. So this is a great thing that I love to do. And then of course, once I got 4 bags of these, I'm stacked for like the next probably couple months. So, but it's just a great, you know, trip. I loved bananas. We eat bananas a lot. And so also it's a great way to eat nice cream, which is basically you just take a frozen banana. You can put a couple teaspoons of peanut butter, which I love crunchy peanut butter, little drizzle of like Hershey syrup or whatever you want, but blend it together. And you can really do a banana with any type of frozen fruit, blend it together, and it makes just kind of like a nice ice cream instead of eating ice cream. And you can do all different recipes and find them online and freeze them up. But anyways, we use a ton of bananas, so this is a great thing that I love to do. Another thing I love to do is I like to get my lemons and limes because I love to drink water. It's a great way to drink water, and also to have the lemon wedges on hand if we're ever doing fish, or even Mexican. We love Mexican in our house, and so we love to have lime wedges whenever we do Mexican. And so instead of them sitting in the fridge forever and going bad, which is kind of what used to happen, I then said, you know what, why don't I cut them up and freeze them? And so I use them in water a lot anyways. So I went ahead and started doing that. As soon as I bring them home, I rinse them off, and then I cut them up and I throw them into freezer bags, and they're good to go. And I throw them in the freezer, and then anytime that I need you know, a lime or a lemon wedge, I'm able just to pop it out of there and throw it in the water, or leave it on the counter for just a couple of minutes, like when I'm starting my recipe. So then by the time we're ready to eat, they're already thawed. So a couple other things I'm just going to show you is I love to keep these on hand because you're going to have times that you're going to need something quick and you're going to want something hot that feels like real food and not just cold, you know, or like a salad, you know, because I'm going to do some salads later too. But I love these. And if you don't think that you like cauliflower or, you know, broccoli or spinach or Brussels sprouts, I say you're wrong. Just keep trying it in different ways. Keep doing it. You know, even if you cover it in ranch or cheese or whatever, you're still eating your vegetables versus eating whatever else. So I love these little steamers. You can pop them in the microwave and in a couple minutes you've got a nice hot feeling veggie. This one is a ranch, but my favorite is the buffalo cauliflower because it's kind of the spicy wings. So heating this up with a couple sticks of celery is awesome. And then I also love these. These are cracked black pepper and sea salt Brussels sprouts. And again, if you don't think you like them, I say keep trying things until you like them. You know, even if you're making your greens and bacon with bacon or ham, at least you're eating your greens still. So I say start, you know, to start introducing some of these foods, use whatever it takes to get it in you. And then as you start developing it and you feel good and you know the benefits of why you're eating those things and you're feeling it, then you can tweak the recipes and cut back the fat, cut back the salt and whatever. But again, if your doctor says no salt, fat, listen to them. But I'm just sharing with you kind of where I'm at. But anyways, those are my tips and tricks for what I've got going on here. I'm gonna make some salads later, which I'll probably do a video for those to share with you at another time. But so that's my first part of feeding yourself good, healthy things. Prep. Take a little bit of time to prepare so that you have something to go to when you need to go or when you need something on the go. So my second thing that I'm gonna say is definitely be feeding yourself the word. So for me, I started back in the day, I was raised on the King James Version and I was kind of taught like King James is the only way. Well, really, it's just a different translation. So for me, I had a very difficult time getting into the word because it was like all the these and thous was like reading Shakespeare to me. So when I came across actually a friend, a guy I was dating in high school, his brother-in-law, gave me a Bible and it was an NIV. And I loved it because I could read it. I could just read it and it made sense to me. It was just like like I was talking or reading a regular story. I wasn't reading Shakespeare and having to translate through all the these and thous. So I love that Bible so much that I like read it to death, and it was paper. So I had taped up the edges and everything of it. And I was like, man, I love this Bible and I don't want to get rid of it. And so I guess it was back years ago in 2007, I was praying. I was thinking, man, God, I really love this Bible and I don't want to get rid of it, but I got to find another one of it. And then just happened to be the next week, my friend Angie said, hey, do you need a Bible? And I was like kind of hesitant. I was like, I really like the one I got and I really don't want to part with it. And so she was like, well, I got this one if you need it. And it was exactly the same Bible I had before, the NIV version, only hardback, so it held up a lot better. And then a couple years ago, again, God kind of helped to got me into the Word. This got me reading and studying. And then I realized I needed to just go a little deeper. And so a few years ago, a friend of mine, Sarah, who's really great in the Word, she recommended this version of the Bible for me. And it's a study Bible, and it breaks down, it's an amplified version. So it breaks things down more, it has more in depth. So if you have more time to kind of sit and really get into it and really dive in, you've read that a few times, you've already kind of studied it before, but you want to go a little deeper. The Amplified Bible is great for that. And so here's the deal though, is no matter what version you're reading of the Bible, you're getting the Word into you. And let's say you don't like to read the Bible, say you don't want to read. There's also an app on your phone that you can download that it will read it to you, which is so awesome. So, and it's absolutely free. The U version, if you download it on your phone, it will read it to you. And it's just so great I do that sometimes if I'm quick and on the go and I want to hear some Psalms or Proverbs. I'll let it play in the background while I'm getting my hair done or doing my makeup or whatever. And just another way to get the Word in you. So even if that's where you start somewhere. Make sure that you're feeding yourself that good stuff, because you can do this all day long, but if you're not feeding your spirit, eventually you're going to be weak and you're going to go back to old habits. So, but if you continue to rely on God and continue to let Him fill you up and Him teach you what's in His Word, and you can learn more and more about what you have with the Holy Spirit living in you, that's what's going to help you to have success in the long run. So, one more thing I wanted to tell you about too is the concordance. Okay, back in the day, if say you're wanting to study the Word and it's brand new, you've never done anything back in, at all, and you say you want to study love, or you want to study anger, or you want to study, healing or hurt. Back in the day, you used to have to buy these little concordance. So this was the pocket one I had that I would carry around with my Bible. But nowadays, you have the wonderful world of Google. So you can basically Google anything. But back in the day, you would have to look up the word anger, and you'd find anger, and it would list you all the scriptures of where in the Bible to find scriptures on anger, so that you could do an in-depth study of anger. Well, now you have Google, so you can totally Google, again, on your phone. You got the free app, Bible app on your phone. You can go to Google and say, hey, what is this at? Or where scriptures that talk about anger, or where scriptures that talk about healing? And it'll open up and have that with you, and it's always there with you. That's the thing is, back in the day, we didn't have the wonderful internet or smartphones. So these things, unless you carried a pocket size one around with you, because this is a little bitty one. I mean, I also have a gigantic thick one, but this is like a pocket size to take with you. Nowadays, with our phones, we have so much more information. So again, studying the word, get on Google anything that you want to know, and there'll be all kinds of things, scriptures and things like that will come up for you to help you study. So anyways, again, I hope you have a great week. Hope that this will help you to feed yourself good stuff both ways, spiritually and physically. Give a like to the video if it helps, and share it with those that you want to help also. And my prayer always for you is that you'll make healthy choices while you're in the waiting.